You ever have one of those days where you wonder if you've stepped into some weird reality show and just missed the cameras? Yeah, that happened to me and Lee. The villain wasn't a TV character. It was my HOA president, and the crime was carrying Greek yogurt into my own house. I wish I was kidding. You know what I mean? People always joke about crazy HOA stories, but until you've had someone call the cops on you for buying groceries, you don't know how real it can get. That's how it started, standing on my own driveway, bags in hand, and this lady dead set on making my life hell over chobani and spinach. Picture this. I'm 32, just bought my first real townhouse. Cost me more than my parents' house and both their cars put together. Westbrook Commons, nice neighborhood. Lawns like carpet, all the mailboxes match, and there's some unwritten rule about what shade of beige is acceptable. I thought I'd made it, moving into one of those communities where everyone smiles for their Christmas card out front. Man, I had no clue. Turns out, I was signing up for HOA purgatory run by a woman named Linda Morrison, think Suburban Terminator in a power suit, with a clipboard instead of shotgun. The very first day, I get this massive grocery order, 8 bags, $300 of stuff, all organic, because I'm still riding that new house, new me optimism. The delivery guy, David, is cool. We're chatting. I'm balancing spinach in one hand and some overpriced bread in the other, and then boom, Linda materializes. She doesn't walk up. She arrives like some bad omen. Blonde bob, sharp as a razor, suit pressed so flat you could use her shoulder pads as cutting boards. And that clipboard, man, she holds it like she's ready to draw it on you if you flinch. Stop right there, she barks, and David jumps like he's seen a ghost. Section 15C. Safety inspection before any materials enter the community. I'm staring at her, pretty sure I misheard. I say, "Ma'am, these are just groceries." She narrows her eyes, voice dripping with that special Karen venom. You say groceries, but they could be drugs, biological hazards, anything. She's not kidding. She starts flipping through her HOA handbook like she's about to recite the Constitution, fingers stabbing the page for emphasis. I try to be polite, new neighbor and all, but inside I'm thinking, am I being punked right now? David leans in, muttering, maybe I should stick to pizza deliveries, man. But Linda's only getting warmed up. She actually tries to take the bags out of my hands to inspect them, like she's customs at JFK, and I'm smuggling plutonium. I ask if she can show me the rule. She gets this look, retail workers know it. Oh, you want to play games? Look, it's all in the handbook, she snaps, but I've read it cover to cover. And unless there's a section on yogurt terrorism, she's making stuff up. Then she drops this line, ask Mrs. Patterson about her missing medicine if you want to know what happens to rule breakers. David's eyes go wide. Now, I don't scare easy, but that was cold. I start digging, calling my friend Lisa down at City Hall. Turns out, Linda isn't just the HOA president, she's a former real estate lawyer, recently divorced, spent all her settlement on failed investments, and is dead broke, her house one payment away from foreclosure. Suddenly her obsession with community standards makes a twisted kind of sense. But I still want to believe it's a fluke, right? So next week, I order groceries again. This time, Linda's posted up at the neighborhood gate, 2 other clipboard warriors at her side, all business. When David arrives, she steps in front of the truck, announces for the whole block to hear, excessive luxury food deliveries disrupt our community standards. David looks at my dude, I just deliver the food. She snatches one of my apples, bites right in, eyes locked on mine. Quality inspection, she says with a smirk. I'm too stunned to react. Then I whip out my phone and start recording because nobody would believe this otherwise. Folks, here's Mrs. Linda Morrison, president of the HOA, eating my groceries in the name of safety. The video goes viral in the neighborhood chat. Comments fly. Is this an HOA or martial law? But Linda? She doubles down, calls security, claims I'm harassing her by filming on my own driveway. The guard comes, reads the receipt, looks at my spinach, at Linda, and you can see him silently wishing he'd called in sick. Linda keeps 3 bags for investigation. As she walks away, she says, "This is just the beginning, Mr. Brooks." That night, she rings my doorbell, hands me a fat envelope, and says sweetly, "We need to talk about your background check." But I'm not alone. He got Ben, my neighbor, who records everything. He's got footage from his security cams of Linda, not inspecting my food, but throwing a dinner party with my groceries. Organic salmon, imported cheese-me food, her table, her cronies. They're laughing, living it up, bragging about how being HOA president has perks. But the plot thickens. Linda's selling stolen groceries, online Wagyu beef, truffle oil, salmon under Linda's Gourmet Foods, shipping from the community center parking lot. Thousands of dollars in 6 months, all from stuff confiscated from residents. I finally dig through the handbook. Section 15, find a line clearly forged in different ink, granting her fake authority. She literally doctored the rules. It doesn't stop there. She's targeting the vulnerable. Mrs. Patterson didn't just lose medicine. Linda stole her insulin, claimed it needed verification, and nearly killed her. Mr. Johnson's daughter lost her birthday cake. Mrs. Rodriguez's wine, gone. Always the same scam, and nobody dares speak up. It's sick, but the worst is yet to come. Me mom visits, all the way from California, spends days cooking Vietnamese dishes for the neighbors, just wants to share and say hi. Mrs. Patterson lights up, never had real Vietnamese food before. My mom's so proud food is for sharing, for making friends. That's when Linda storms over like the food police, yells at my mom for distributing unregulated foreign food products, snatches the containers, my mom's hand shaking. My 70-year-old mother cries right there on the porch, humiliated in front of everyone. Nobody helps. That broke something in me. That night, I gather every 115 families, everyone with a Linda horror story. The worst is Mrs. Patterson describing how Linda took her insulin, left her near death, and filmed her as evidence. That's not just theft, that's sociopathic. We realize we need to act. Linda, sensing a threat, counterattack shows up at my door with fake legal documents, threatens me with trumped-up illegal surveillance charges, edited video to make me look like a criminal, even threatens to dig into my mom's immigration status. But I've got allies. Lisa at City Hall uncovers everything. Forged documents, bribed city inspector, fake violations, phony authority. It's time for a showdown. I set a trap, order $1,000 of premium groceries, cameras everywhere, bin recording, Mrs. Patterson on standby, an undercover city investigator posing as a meter reader, and the real police waiting. Linda shows up early, grabs the groceries, launches into her neighborhood harmony speech right into the investigator's microphone. I walk out, phone recording, lay out every piece of evidence, video of her eating my food, her online sales, proof she forged the handbook, audio of her admitting to stealing medicine. Linda panics, lunges for my phone right as Officer Williams steps in. She's cuffed, groceries in hand, steak hitting the sidewalk, and the whole neighborhood watching. She screams conspiracy, but nobody's buying it. Police search her house, find stolen goods, Mrs. Patterson's insulin. The charges: grand theft, fraud, bribery, assault, elderly endangerment are stacked high. Her own lawyer tells her plead. At sentencing, Mrs. Patterson tells the judge how Linda nearly killed her for power. My mom, through tears and Lisa's translation, says, "Food is love. She made me feel ashamed to be friendly." The judge doesn't hold back: 18 months prison, restitution, banned from any HOA, and community service at a senior center. Linda tries to claim it was all for standards. The judge calls her what she is, a predator. The neighborhood transforms overnight. We rewrite the rules, start a garden, use Linda's seized funds to help residents. Mrs. Patterson runs a support program. My mom returns, this time welcomed with open arms, spring rolls for everyone, neighbors celebrating diversity instead of fearing it. 6 months later, I get a letter from Linda counseling in prison, wants to start an HOA reform program, asks for my help. I bring it to a vote. The community chooses forgiveness most, want to believe people can change. So yeah, sometimes the way to beat a Karen isn't to become one. Justice got done, we're stronger for it, and for once my groceries are safe. But here's what I want to know: what would you have done? Ever seen an HOA meltdown like this? Drop your thoughts below. I'll be reading, and trust me, you can't make this stuff up.